In 2011, I had recently separated from my husband with no support. He didn't pay child support. He didn't allow me to take any of my possessions from his home. I couldn't get a job because I didn't have a very good family support system. I didn't have anyone to help me take care of my children. I couldn't afford to pay for daycare to get a job. I didn't have any form of transportation to get back and forth to a job.
What were you feeling during the day?
Very depressed. I didn't know how I was going to feed my son or feed myself being pregnant. I was lost. Being a mother is the most important thing to me, and at that time I wasn't a very good mother. I couldn't provide for my children. I didn't know where they were going to get their next meal. I didn't know how they were going to get to doctor's appointments if they were sick. If they started running a fever, I didn't know how I was going to get them medicine. To make them better, I didn't know how I was going to get them clothes when they needed them, or shoes. At one point I couldn't even have my oldest son at the time, most of the time, because I didn't have a safe place for him to live and food for him. I only got him every other weekend because that's all I could provide for him. In spring 2011, we met a group of people, Brent and Andy, Kim and Jason, and a bunch of other people. They brought us a ton of furniture for our apartment because we were sleeping on air mattresses. Then we started talking about how can I move forward, and they introduced me to Mark and Jim with Urban Purpose. They were able to help me get an interview at BBVA Compass. I went to the interview and I got the job as a loan specialist. From there, they assisted me in getting childcare and an apartment. Things started looking up. I started seeing the positive side of life. I started seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Even though things were getting better, things were still really hard. It was a slow process getting back on my feet. I still made mistakes. It was still very difficult to make the right choices and move in a positive path. But I did have a support system there. I wasn't so alone anymore. I had people there to talk to and to fall back on, and they were there to support me throughout every mistake or every positive move that I made. Today I have received 3 promotions in my job in 2.5 years. My son's in a really great school system. We're in our own apartment that I completely manage on my own. I bought my own car, and I move closer to being more financially independent every day.
Hillary is just one example of the many people that we get to work with from a variety of different backgrounds and circumstances. And the whole idea behind this Never Alone concept is that we're able to use our resources to invest in their lives, but then ultimately put a support system around them that is able to invest in them, point them to Jesus, and help them know that they're never alone. And so we're asking you all to prayerfully consider making a year-end donation to Urban Purpose so that we can continue to invest in these people's lives and walk with them along this journey, but ultimately point them to the only hope that really matters, which is Jesus Christ.